There is nothing too hard for God. And I mean nothing. I don't care what your situation is, what you're going through. There is nothing too hard for God, because God can deliver, God can heal, God can bring you through whatever you are going through. Do you have enough faith to believe that? Can you trust in the Almighty and believe that He never brought you this far, never to leave you nor forsake you, that He will be with you always, even until the end of time? And I just want to hit on this video right now because I'm going somewhere about the three Hebrew boys. And that was a movie called Juice that Tupac did a long time ago. And there was a scene in this movie where Tupac said, sometimes you got to put the wind beneath your wings and be willing to go out in the blaze if you got to. Sometimes you got to put the wind beneath your wings and be willing to go out in the blaze if you got to. And that's how we have to be for God. We can't have these worries, people. Now, we look at Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, how they got thrown into that burning furnace. Now, let me back up a little bit. That was this time in the Bible. Y'all know where I'm going. King Nebuchadnezzar, or some would say King Nebuchadnezzar. He made that tall golden idol. I believe it was 9 feet tall and maybe 7 feet wide, something like that. I'm just paraphrasing this, but he told all the people, when the music started playing, and anyone who don't bow down to this music, anyone will be thrown in that furnace. Oh, good God Almighty. But watch where I'm going with this, because back then, I believe Israel was held captive. They was in Babylon, or Babylon, some people might say. But when you look at this, that was the three Hebrew boys. And they told the king, I don't care what you play. Us three ain't gonna bow down to that music. You can throw us in that fire, do whatever you want. Because the God that we worship, He's able to bring us out of that furnace. And look at this. They said, even if He don't bring us out, we still ain't going to bow down to you and worship your God. Oh, good God Almighty. They said, make that furnace 7 times hotter. And the people that threw the Hebrew boys in there, they got burnt up. That's how hot the fire was. 7 times hotter. Now, remind you, they threw them on in there. But oh, we know what happened after that. Somebody else was on the scene. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Oh, they threw 3 in, but they came out with 4. Bible say, look like the Son of God. So that let me know God was in there with them. And they came out untouched. Their hair wasn't even burnt. They looked like they wasn't even thrown in the fire. Now, let me tell you right now, people, sometimes we get thrown in the fire in this life down here. But God is always right there with us. He can bring us out of no matter what it is. I don't know what your fire is in your life, but I guarantee you He can cool you off and bring you up out of it. Now, you don't want to get thrown in that lake of fire. But the 3 Hebrew boys, look at their faith that they trust in God. They said, even if He don't bail us out of this, oh, good God Almighty, we still ain't going to worship your God. King Nebuchadnezzar was amazed. He was shocked. He said, wait a minute, didn't we throw 3 of them in there? Why does it look like I see 4 coming out of there? No more we serve this idol. We need to serve this God that these Hebrew boys are serving, because nobody can pull somebody out of something like that. People, it don't matter how bad your situation is. Let God be your all and all. He can pull you out of it. We need to just trust and obey. And we need to be living and doing His will, because trials and tribulations are steady coming. And it's going to get worse and worse. Can you stand for God? Can you believe that He'll bring you out just like He brought them Hebrew boys out? The same God that was healing and delivering and everything He did then, that's the same God that we serve now. Good God Almighty, understand that God can do all things. Be blessed.